Welcome back, crew. Today's workout is going to be 8 rounds 4 time. We have 10 deadlifts for the barbell at 95 pounds for the ladies and 155 pounds for the guys. After that, it's going to be 8 dumbbell floor presses with the left side and then 8 dumbbell floor presses with the right side. That's going to be at 20 pounds for the ladies and 35 pounds for the guys. And then to finish out that round, we're going to go with a 60-foot shuttle sprint. It's going to be done in 10-foot sections, so you'll do 10 feet down and back until you accumulate those 60 total feet. So, for our warm-up, we're going to do 3 rounds. We're going to start with 8 arm circles. We'll go small, forwards, then we'll go medium, forwards, and then we'll go 8 big circles, forwards. After that, you'll do the same thing in reverse. 8 small in reverse, 8 medium in reverse, and then 8 big arm circles in reverse. After you've done that, then we're going to go into 8 side plank kicks or knee tucks. This can be done with a high plank or a low plank, whatever is more comfortable for you. Just try and make sure that elbow is underneath your shoulder. The other hand can be out for balance. What we're going to do is on each side, we're going to pull that knee and tuck it. If you need to go to your knees, you're just going to flex that knee down, lift up, and then tuck like so. So from a different point of view, so you guys can kind of see what that would look like. I'm here, hand is still underneath my shoulder, lift my hips, this leg, I'm lifting and tucking. Just a little bit easier with that knee bent, but again, you guys can kind of play around with what style plank you want to use for that. After that, we'll do the 8 on each side. We're going to go into a combo move or a complex. It'll be 8 reps. We'll start with a squat, and then you're going to go into a single leg deadlift. So it's very similar movement to a scale, back scale, but that knee gets to be bent, so you can move a little bit easier. So that's 1 rep. Another rep would be to alternate to the other side. We'll just do these unloaded for the warm-up. So again, it's a squat to a single leg deadlift. That would be 1, and this would be 2. Try not to tip over, and also be wary of the hips opening too much when you go for that hip hinge. Then we'll finish off the round with 12 jumping jacks with straight arms. That straight arm jumping jack is going to help stretch out those lats a little bit more. You might wake up those shoulders too. So that's the warm-up. Then we'll get into a little bit of mobility or stretching. We're going to go 30 seconds with a wall press stretch. This is that one where we place our hands on the wall and we push our hips backwards, trying to drop my shoulders towards the floor. You can do this standing, or you can do this from a kneeling position. Both ones are good options to do. We'll get even a good little wrist stretch in there as well. So it's 30 seconds there, and then a 15-second reach over stretch. So you're reaching up and over your body. This hand or arm is going to grab hold. You're just pulling across. You should feel this stretch right through here. We'll go 15 seconds on each side, and you'll repeat that 4 times. So we'll do the wall press stretch, and then stretch, stretch, both reach overs. Finally, we'll get into a build-up. So we're going to build up for this workout. It's going to start with 3 rounds of 5 deadlifts. Ideally, if you have a barbell, we'll start with a light bar and work our way up each round and weight to the working weight that you want to use. So the build-up is going to start with 5 deadlifts. So that bar is going to go from mid-shin, past our knees, and then stand up, squeezing our glutes and our belly at the top. If you do not have a barbell, it's okay to use a dumbbell or a backpack, a loaded backpack. Movement's going to be the same. It'll still be 5 deadlifts. Then we're going to do 3 floor presses on each arm. So you can start light and work your way up if you can, or just start with the weight you're going to be with already. So that's ideally with a dumbbell. So that dumbbell is going to start up overhead. If you can place your feet here, you'll have more tension and more stability. Try and relax your head, but keep your shoulders pushed into the floor. From here, you're just slowly lowering your elbow so it gently kisses the ground, and then punch right back up over the shoulder. We'll do 3 reps on each side. Carefully bring it over to the other side, and we'll do 3 reps there. The easiest way to ditch out of this is to roll over and toss it to the side. Be careful of dumping it up overhead while you're on the ground. That could hurt your shoulder. And then finally, we'll do a quick little shuttle sprint, just a down and back of your 10-foot section, okay? And that can be at a running pace, a full-out sprint, or a speed walk is totally fine and acceptable for that as well. So we'll go through that, the 5 deadlifts, the 3 single-arm presses on each side, and that quick down and back. If you need to, you can even use a backpack or something else for that floor press. That's a-okay as well. Again, one of the easier ways to get it up is start in this fetal position, roll up, and punch so that it's nice and ready for that floor press. All right, so after the build-up, take a minute, catch your breath, get a drink of water, whatever you need, because we're going to go into that workout, the 8 rounds of 10 deadlifts, 8 floor presses on one side, 8 on the other, and that 60-foot shuttle sprint. This is where you're going to want to modify or scale whatever things you need for that workout. So our skill strength or our cool down is going to be a quick finisher for our booties. It's going to be 50 glute bridges with a 2-second pause at the top. So that glute bridge, ideally our feet are the same stance or width as a squat. So our feet should be just outside our shoulders with my toes pointing up. That'll help engage my glutes a little bit more. I want you guys to kind of brace your belly, squeeze your belly, and then lift your hips. So you're trying to push your hips up towards your face. You're going to hold for 1, 2, and then lower. Try not to ever arch your back so that there's space here. Keep that nice and tight the whole time. You guys can break that up however you need. You can do sets of 5, sets of 10, or go for the whole 50 right out of the get-go. After that, we're just going to do some cool-down stretches. 1 minute of each thing, one time through. That first stretch is going to be a couch stretch. So that's the one on the wall. If you have a nice foam pad, or you can bundle up a t-shirt or something to put down for your knee, I'd highly recommend that if you have a hard floor. So we'll start here on our hands and knees. You're going to walk this knee back as close as you can to your wall with this foot up. From here, if you can lunge and get up into this full couch stretch, awesome. That's great. If not, if you need to stay down here or even here for this stretch, that's okay too. We'll do 1 minute on each side. After that, we have a seated pike stretch. So we'll stay on the floor with our feet together. You can either pull your toes or point your toes, doesn't really matter, but I'm just going to reach or lean forward, try and grab my feet. If you want to throw a towel or a band or something to help grab and pull yourself even more forward for a better stretch, that's awesome. Then to finish, we'll do 1 minute of each of the 3-way seated straddle. So, with a big sumo stance, wide stance, you go through the middle, hold 1 minute here, 1 minute off to one side, and 1 minute off to the other. And then we'll finish our cool down and the whole day. So, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Thanks for watching.